So today it's a special stream because I've seen a lot of you are interested into Avada, and I don't explain much of it. I explain why we use it, but I don't explain how it's working. So I just wanted to make a dummy website, which will be the replica of that website. For the time being, where we are now, I have that domain name, demo.digitix.com. And as you can see, it's not yet configured. So nothing is set up for the time being. We just have this, okay? And the only thing that I did was to place those files here in the server. Yeah, so I hope that's gonna pass because it's the third time that I restart the stream and they are working in the building just next to my studio. It's very annoying, but I need to deal with it. I don't think it's gonna last long. I will just keep going because otherwise I will never finish it. So, okay. I've already placed all the files from the WordPress installation into the demo website. If you don't know how to do this, please go check the video that I did on how to install WordPress on an OVH server. It's exactly the same thing that I did. I just go from where we stopped the last time. So now all the files of WordPress are installed on my server. Maybe you don't see it exactly like the replica, it's just the sorting of it. So now I will come back to you once I placed all the password and user for the database. The only thing you need to do, you can directly do it on the website, which is here. So you continue with whatever language you want. Let's go. And here I will place the database name, the username, the password, and everything. I advise you to change here whatever prefix that you have for this to something like else than WP, basically, because it directly gives hackers the hint that you are working on a WordPress website. I'll come back in 2 seconds and we will continue this together. Okay, so this is working. I run the installation. Yeah, I'm gonna place whatever. I will change the password later, it's fine. Digitwix. I will copy the password because I will need it. And I will discourage the search engine from indexing the site because it's not meant to be used for long. It's just for a demo. So I install WordPress. I log in. Yeah, remember me because I don't want to do it again. And here the first thing that we have is if you check the website, you will see this. So kind of a weird looking website. That's what you have when you start with WordPress. That's the WordPress installation. So the first thing you can do is do the updates. I don't know if it's the last version. Is it the last version? Let's see. It seems to be the last version. Maybe it's the last version. This one I can update. That's it. Update. For the speed of it, I'm working on a MariaDB 1 gig of RAM server. The website is almost emptied, so it's really fast. But you will see the more I place plugins and stuff, it's gonna slow down. First thing I want to do is install the theme because I cannot do much with this basically. So to install the theme, we go to Appearance, Themes, Add New Theme. And for Avada, you need to upload it. So you choose the file and we'll go directly here. Obviously, I already have it in my files, but if you don't have them, after you pay for the theme, you can download the theme from Team Forest. It's Envato anyway. If you're interested, also if you want to support, there's a link in the description for Avada. It would help tremendously if you can use that link because I have a commission on every sale that I generate, basically. So the first thing we want to do here is use the avada.zip. That's the main theme. That's where all the files are basically. We install it. It's a bit quieter now, so it's good. I don't need to activate this one. I will add a new theme again. And we will work with the child theme. So what it does, you can do all the modification you want to do on the child, So in case you have an update, you don't break the things that you did before, basically. So that's just the thing. So here I will place the registration key. You will find it in the PDF of the order that you have when you buy basically the theme. It's a long chain. It's maybe like a 24 digits. I don't know how much, but I will place it here as it's a private key. I will stop the stream and come back in a second. Okay, so as you can see now, the site has been registered. You can see it. Yeah, I basically placed the key and that's it. It's registered. Site tagline, Avada demo, just this. Up, next step. And here you could use any of the templates. So you have a ton of different websites you can choose from. But I'd rather do it manually because otherwise it's gonna be too straightforward. And there are things I want to show you directly using the builder. Okay, so first things first, here I see a patch. So I see there's many patches. This is for security and other things. Great. Let's go. So the first thing that I want to do now is have the look of the website looking like the other one. So I want the site to look like this, basically. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is to change the menu bar here. For this, we go in the options of Avada here, header styling. So you have different ones that you can choose from. And I will choose this one, basically the first one here. I will say save change. Let's see how it looks. Okay, now for the logo, I have another one. I don't want this one. Let's see. I should have somewhere the logo in, yeah, in white. So this one is the normal one. And then the retina is the double of the size. Okay. So these are the logos and I want to use the same for the mobile version. I save the changes. Here it should be white on white, so it will disappear. It didn't disappear yet. I will check first with the menu because it looks like there's no menu right now. So in the appearance here, let's see if we have a menu already. No, see, we don't have any menu. So we want to set the main navigation and the mobile navigation. We call this main menu. Okay, hopla. Now I will use the sample page, add it to the menu. It's just to see if we have something appearing. Okay, perfect here. Now we are meant to have a logo here and I don't see it appearing. So I don't know what's happening exactly with this logo. Maybe this one. Or is it me? I know I missed it basically. I literally missed it. Okay, now it's appearing. Perfect. I will direct you to the favicon because I think that's important. Let's upload. There should be a square logo somewhere, like this one. Doesn't really matter the size of it as long as it's at least as big as 64 by 64, which is the case. I will reuse it for the other sizes. This one, perfect. And this one, I don't think it's big enough. Let me check if I don't have one bigger for this one. No, it doesn't look like, huh? It doesn't really matter. Technically, I can even leave it like that. It doesn't really matter too much. Okay, good. So now we should have here, instead of the WordPress logo, we should have the Digitwix logo appearing. Perfect. And this is the logo that also appears on the Google search. Then, okay, I want to have that bar here being black and the title here being white. So in these, so it's in page title bar. Actually, no, it should be in main menu. You should have here main menu drop down colors. No, it's not that. Main menu font over. Nope. Menu typography. Okay, this one. So I will choose color 1. But for the background, where's the background? Either background image, either styling, either background color. Okay, so we want the color free, and we want the same for this one. But that green is not the green that we use. So let's go to the colors. No, the colors here, and we will pick that green, which is here. It's like more turquoise, but whatever it is. And we will use in sRGB 178 and 179. 178 and 179. Okay. So this, it's yeah, then I will need the Xcode, as we call it. Yeah, okay, let's find a converter. So RGB to X, and you can do here 0, 178, 179, and the Xcode is this one. Okay, primary color will be the 3rd, I think. Yeah, it's the 3rd. No, the 4th. That's the 4th. My bad. Okay, so next, how does it look like? It's almost that. Oh, I think I made a mistake. Yeah. That background should be black, basically. So it's me just tripping. So it should be color 6. Let's see. Nah, even darker. It doesn't look dark enough for me. Yeah, it's more that thing. So what is the font here? I don't remember if it's Roboto or something like this. Computed. Quicksand. Okay, so let's search for Quicksand. Either content, either styling. Main menu. Must be this one. So Quicksand. Yeah, uppercase. Let's see. Yeah, it's more or less that. I can change maybe to a bold, semi-bold. Yeah, it's more like this. We can keep the search. Now this is more or less defined. I will change the footer here. We can keep this. It's fine. Maybe I can show you how to change this. But we will change definitely this part. Okay, so let's change the footer now. Okay, let's take all of this, place it into a Sublime text, because I don't see what it is. Instead of plain text, I will use HTML. HTML. I want to remove all of this. Powered by digitwix.com and have Digitwix here. Okay, so now I can copy and paste it back here. And yeah, that's it. That's perfect. So now we can change these icons for the social media links. And this is in social media. I think it's here. And you have the custom link here. So it's, I'm a bit lazy. So Facebook/Digitwix. Exactly that one. Hopla. Twitter. I have one, but I don't really use it. Pinterest. I don't use it either. I will just do tag and change this for Instagram. Okay. And then we're gonna have, where is it now? YouTube. And YouTube will be youtube.com, but I need to add the, where is it? The ads. Okay. So now if I go here, hopla, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And obviously when I click on it, hopla, it goes to directly to the page. Okay. So next we can change the name of the page already. We can go to pages, and instead of sample page, I will call it home. And this one will change automatically. So everything will be changed to home. Okay. Now, the first thing I want to add is that image. We could have a slider, but honestly, an image placed properly framed is just the most efficient. It doesn't take a lot of resources and it just follows the layout. Okay. So you can use the live builder or you can use the backend builder. In any cases, I will remove everything which is here. So all of this is gone, and I will use the backend builder just to show you how it works. And next, I will use a bit the live builder. So you add an element. Here I want an image. I just need to upload the image. I remember that I downloaded it a bit before the stream. So if I'm not mistaken, it should be into this one. Yeah, it should be this one. Okay. And for the size here, it should be the full size. You can change whatever you want, but for me, it's gonna be the full size. Okay, insert page. No lightbox. And for the rest, I think it's fine. So update. Wait a second. Update. Am I missing something? This has to be, okay, this is right. So something is not properly set for the home page. So for this, we go to appearance, customize. Home page settings. It's a static page. Okay, he's showing me the blog basically, but it should be a static page, and the static page is the home page. And the post page doesn't exist for the time being. So now when we load this, it should be our home page. Right, this is okay. Now we need to change that page. So if you look here, I want to get rid of the margins. There's two ways of doing it. You can do it directly with the options here, but you will see that it's a bit, you know, like you need to search for which one is when you can use the live builder. Okay, so here, for example, I don't know exactly what is what. Okay, so it seems that the main here, padding left and right, it's fine, even though I need it to be 0 here. This one also needs to be 0. I think it's fine. 0%, 0%. Maybe this one I can keep it because I will need it for later. But it's not the column that I want to modify. It's this one. So let's see the container, what we can do with it. And that's it. So it's in the page option basically directly, but I needed to place the 0 here. Okay, so now this seems to be good. I'm not a fan of the white background though. So we'll change it for something looking like this one, the gray here. We can go back to the dashboard. In the options, you have the background. No, it's page background. This one. Should be this one. If not the correct one, we can modify it, but that's the idea. No. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. That's perfect. So now we can start copying these styles. So this one is the H1, the header 1, I'd say. Okay, the headline 1 or something like this. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's H1 for header or headline. And the font size needs to be 1.2, and it's a railway. So we go into the typography in the heading, railway, 1.2 EM, but I think it's another, the font weight is 600, okay. 600, semi-bold, right. And we need a title to see if it works. So we're gonna edit the page, and maybe here we can use the live builder. Okay, so you know what? I will use that editor. So what we can do here is add a container, or maybe I can do this here directly. It's gonna be easier, I think, for the next steps. Okay, so we want it to be written Digitwix Studio. In the design here, it's gonna be on the left. Text transform, this one. Typography. This should be actually left by default because you already did this here. Though the color here needs to be white. So I just can save it, update. Check the result. Yeah, it's a bit smaller. That's gonna be EM. It's always a bit tricky because it depends on the main size of the font size. So maybe I can use pixels. That might be easier in that context, maybe 32 pixels. Let's see. Yeah, even a bit more. 64 maybe. Yeah, that's fine. Something like 64. And then I need a headline here, which is, I think it's a H2. Oh no, it's a S1. But I will use a H2 because it's meant to be a H2 here. You know, I can even do this. I can duplicate it. and change this here directly, H2. Then I change the text. And that's more or less it, huh? Okay. Now this is not what we wanted. So what we want here is quicksand, maybe 24. Quicksand. $28. Let's see. Yeah, maybe something like this, but in white. 24. How much was it here? 64. I can do 32 maybe. Yeah, something like this. However, so which one is the culprit here? I want to minimize the space between the two. I don't know which one is. Apparently it's the big one here. So I need to change this one. And I guess it's this. Yeah, it's this. And maybe even this one I can improve a bit. Margin top, 0. I think it's better like this. Can save it. This one is a bit long though. I might reduce it still. It fits better like that, yeah. Then we have the text here. These are H2. I will do H3 maybe. Maybe a specialist will tell me I should have kept this one normal and use H2 here, like I did on the main website. It's about the SEO and things like this. Might be worth checking that out. But I will use H3, railway, and maybe 16, uppercase, and not italic. I don't mind a extra bold. This one, and then again white. Where are we now? Yeah, we can maybe come back to the back end. I already have my container here, but what I will do is I will split. Do I split it? I could split that in 2 parts, but yeah, I will split it in 2 parts. Okay, so I can show you how it's done. We split it in 2 parts. I copy this one. Here I will add, you know what? I'm very lazy. I will just copy again that thing, slide it here, write about in H3 like this, copy it, slide it here. There's about, and then what? Creative Studio. Creative Studio. Up. Nah, just Creative Studio. Okay. Voila. Then we have tutoring. Tutoring. And finally, community. Community. Okay, so update. Let's see how it looks. It's fine. I think it's correct. Then I will add a text. And I want to copy the text here. Like this. text flow. Oopla, sorry. We will do the same for this one. I will remove this one for the time being. We could have a link here and edit the link. But let's remove this for the time being. It's okay like that. Then we have the blah blah for the tutorials. See how fast it is, huh? Once we have the structure done. Up. At least, even if it's manually done, it's fast. It's fine. Okay, let's see how it looks. Yeah, and this is what I was thinking. It was quicksand, and white. So for this, we go to the global typography here, body typography. Yeah, quicksand in white. And let's see. Now I would like to have a bit more space here between, I think it's the H3. So margin bottom can be 1 point. I'm mixing things that I shouldn't mix, because either you use everything in EM or everything in pixels, which is PX. But here I'm just messing around things. I shouldn't do that, but it is what it is. And maybe I can do a tiny bit more. Okay. And now, hopla, it's a little bit better. And this is it. We already have the page, huh, more or less. Huh? What's next? This, we have it more or less. Basically, to do this, what would you do? You would have to take a new container like this and set the background color to this color, and then add whatever the social links. And technically, I think I don't even have to place it will use the ones by default normally. Yeah, it uses the ones by default directly. However, it doesn't look good as it is. We need here to have at least 1M, I would say. Definitely we need it to be in white. That's in white. Yeah, a bit more wouldn't be bad. Design 1.2. And I think it's a bit small. I didn't like how small it was. Alignment, font size. Yeah, I'd rather do 24. Yeah, something like this is way better. Yeah, I did these ones with Photoshop, but I think it's fine like this. We have a duplicate here, but yeah. We could technically create an entirely new footer with the layouts. So here you can create a new section, and you have an entire system where you can create like custom pages. So it's reflecting on the entire site basically when you use that type of page. But I don't use it too much. I like just the way I do it, like I've shown you. There's something here that doesn't work. Okay, I see there's a sticky header. I don't want that. Let's change that. Option, menu. No, it's sticky header off. Save changes. So now I prefer this by far. Okay, and then here Where does this gap comes from? That's the main. That is the main. That is the main again. Let's edit the page again. The header, the layout, content, and it should be here 0. This is per page, so you have the default value and then you have per page. So, and here, see now it sticks to the bottom. It's way better like that. But with Avada, I'd rather do site wide and being like a box, I would say. I would use maybe 1440, something like this. So not the entire screen in Full HD, but something like more or less like that, see? Now this is going out of proportion for some reason. I need to check that. Let's see with the edit live. Yeah, there should be a margin of 30 here. I don't know why it's gone. Oh yeah, it's here. So it's a bit wider, but I don't do the full white page unless I'm working with SilverShop. Because with SilverShop, I have more control on the different containers. Here you have like one main container, and sometimes it doesn't behave like I want to when I'm using Avada in the full mode. There's a way to do it, huh? It's just that I never found exactly the right setup for this. Maybe the best is to use one template that already has the right options into it. Let's continue with the different options that we have. There is somewhere the legacy widget areas. See this one? Before, Avada had widgets areas that I really prefer to the current version that they have. So I activate this, and we should see now, yeah, an option here which is different than what we had. So as you can see now, this area now has some widgets into it. And the widgets by default are not the ones that I want, but we will need this area to build, like for example, to place the address of the website. If you have like a e-commerce, you need to place some legal information. So we can start by placing maybe, I will show you an example with like, just with this, for example, just with the address. I will do something like main office, whatever. And these widgets, you can find them into appearance, customize, and you should have the widgets somewhere here. Now for the last one, I want to have a text with the address of the place where we have our offices, and this shouldn't even be here. This is the title actually, huh? So this is our offices, which appears now here. As you can see, there's already a widget here on the left. I really don't like that one, so I will remove it. And I will maybe use the logo of the company. Not this one. I have a better one. Now let's see if we have it directly here. I know it's a white one. Logo, I think it's this one. Yeah, it's the D. And for the size, medium, I think it's fine. Let's see. Yeah, okay, maybe a bit big still, but let's see. Maybe the thumbnail size, something like this. I think it's cut now. It's gonna be cut. Yeah, it's gonna be cut. So custom size. I'd say 160 by 240 maybe. 160, yeah. It should be linked to the home page technically, yeah. So this needs to link to the home page. So you can type it here, demo.digitweeks.com. Okay. Now I'm not a fan of the style that we have here. It doesn't seem like I can change the style directly here, but we can use Then the what? Maybe I can place H3 here. Let's see if that works. So eventually we can check if there's any way of getting that directly done in Avada. Let's see in the footer styling, I guess. See here, footer, what is it? It's Railway, standard font, Google font. Isn't it Railway? Railway, like this. And then maybe semi-bold. And then maybe semi-bold, uppercase. And let's see how it looks. Okay, not a huge fan of it. I think I will use maybe this one. Which one is it? It's Railway, but 800. So maybe extra bold. Yeah, kind of. I like the punchiness of it. So you can place whatever you want here. You can place links, also menu items for the account or whatever it is. We can build that later when we do the WooCommerce. So now, for the time being, this is what we have after some few hours of work. Okay. Next, I want to recreate the service page. No, maybe not the service page directly, the news page. So this news page, which is, yeah, I didn't work too much on it. Let's see what we can do. So this is basically a blog, okay? So we will create a new page in WordPress here, and we will call it news. What we're gonna add here in the builder, we need a container up with the title, this one, exactly this, with the things by default. We call that news. And then underneath here, we need a blog, and the blog will basically create the section where you have all the posts. Let's see, all the categories are there, blah, 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 show thumbnail. Yeah, show the thumbnail, show the title, show the excerpt, show meta info. I remove them. I don't like that. It's a bit too much. Let's see first the page before placing it in the menu. Okay, it looks like this, which is very bad. It's bad. First thing we need to do is maybe have a blog. So to add some posts, you have to create a post. Here you have Hello World, which I don't really care too much about. We're gonna have why we use the Avada, this one. Okay, so this is why we use the Avada theme to build WordPress websites. Up, then we have the text. Up, and then we have this. Yeah, maybe I should. That's a text block. That's perfect. So that's fine. The only thing is we need the video, and you can place directly YouTube video here. So you have a widget here, which is the YouTube, and I need the address of the video here. So I just do this, and I remove that part here. Okay, so we just need the last bit here, this one. Autoplay, whatever, save. Let's check this out. We have the first one here. It doesn't look good for the time being, so let's see what we can do for this. The first thing I would do maybe is get the video on another block, so I can have this here being 1/4 of the page, remove the text, and place the video here and remove it from the bottom here, because I'd rather have people see the video first, like this. This isn't too bad, but all those things here are really ugly. Now, let's say we want to change all of this. We're gonna have to go in Avada options, and we go into the blog section. The blog section, what do we want to change? The title of it first. I don't want the offer info box because it's only digitweaks. Related posts, not really. Comments, you can have the comments if you want people to leave comments, but I will say off. And then what we have. So here you have different type of layouts for the blog. So when we talk about the blog itself, we talk about this basically, the vet layout, okay? And I like the alternate one or the grid, depending. I will use maybe the grid, and the blog archive layout should be the same. Only 2, please. There is something happening here. It doesn't seem that that one is responding directly. Pagination, load more button. I will maybe add it to the menu because I'm already tired of clicking on it or typing the name. So in appearance menu, I can add now the news in the main navigation and the mobile navigation. Okay. So, okay, you see it's a bit different now, huh? Now, how can this look even better? I think the issue that I have is that my post doesn't have a thumbnail. So we have to go here for the featured image. Okay, just for the sake of the example, I will take a random thumbnail here. I will take this one. Hopla. And now if we reload the page, here it is, much better. Maybe I can edit this in the live version. Maybe we can show the title, but not that big. That's the thing. Maybe no text for this. Title size, maybe smaller than that. In a font we already use, so Railway. Size semi-bold or medium. Medium seems fine. I want it to be white though. I don't know what it is exactly this. Okay, so that one can be pure black. The grid elements will be turquoise. The grid, no style here for the separation. What is actually this? So this is bluish. Let's see if there's anything we can find. Because there must be something somewhere that I don't understand, I don't see. Blog, shorts. That's actually a link. So the links, where are the links? I don't know where the links. Link. Slider, photo, link color. Okay, so it's this one. So the links, I'd like them to be in turquoise color. And yopla, this is much better now. So now we can get a second post just to show you how it looks with a second post. So the second post will be this one. I will clone this one because I want to keep the same structure. I will just change the title, remove this. So the slug is regenerated directly. I open it. I take all the text. I open the box, change the text, save it. And there's a video somewhere that I did about this, which is this one. So we'll just take the link, oops, and remove again that part. And that's it. Now for the settings, I don't like the slug that they do with the dates. So I'd rather remove, I think it's in permalinks. I want it plain or post name like this. So now instead of these long URL, it will be just directly the text. Okay. Now there are things I still don't like in this. Why do we have that text in black? It's a H1. It shouldn't be in black. It should be in white. So let's search for this. I don't like that presentation here. There's a separator that I really don't like. I really don't want this. Grid separator style, no style. That's already something. I don't think it's related to this one.
2,000 years later.
Okay, so what I see here is that this is a navigation on the top, which I'm not a fan of. So I will hide it, but I will hide it into the global option of the blog, single post. So it's gone for all the articles. Okay. Now there's another thing that I would like to check: the black title. It's an H3, so it should be white, but it seems that it's not acting the same inside the blog itself. Here we are. Post title typography in the global options, finally. And this now is good. Okay, and this one can be also in white. Maybe a anti-flash white, as we call it. Save. This is already much better. Now in the global options, I would like to go in the Avada builder to check for the, what is that called? It's something like share this, or I don't remember, or social. Yeah, this is it. So the tagline should be in sort of white, and this should be now like that. Or we can place it like this. Then the icons needs to be in also in anti-flash white like that. This is it, I think, huh? I think this is it, huh? I will save. Yeah, this is presentable. Okay, that is fine. What else do we have? So in the news now, obviously, here we have only one post. So where is my second post? And this one is in draft. So I will do a quick edit and publish it. Okay. So now it should appear next to the other one. Okay, I will maybe change the thumbnail, remove the feature image, and take another one that I will upload again. I have a thumbnail here of the video that I did the other day. This one, it is not related, obviously, but it's just for the sake of having a thumbnail here, because my hard drive with the other thumbnail isn't connected. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The content doesn't matter. It's just for the style. See? And we have technically a blog post. Now imagine you have another one, and then the next post will be underneath until you have 6. And after you have 6, then you have the pages. But the most important part here was to create the news, the blog, have the style of the pages set. And the most important part is to try to work with the global options as much as possible, so you don't need to repeat the same process for each publication, okay? So once you have one layout, you can just copy and paste and see how it looks like here. It's a bit cropped. Related, see here, related post, title below object, image size, maybe auto. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. Fixed. That's good. The next thing we can do is to create the services. There's a lot into this, so I won't do everything, but I can show you maybe the first audiovisual page, maybe this one, because web design, I think, is a bit more complex. Not really, but I can do the audiovisual page just for you to see how it's done. It's more or less the same thing, but this is like a custom page, I would say. I can maybe do this one just to show you how to link to another page with a subpage. So you will need a new page called services. Okay, you have a container with a text. No, maybe a title first. I guess it's gonna be just services. We have a text block. The text block will have that description. My nose is completely blocked now. The weather in Barcelona is horrible, but it's fine. I will survive. And then we have the categories, so it would be the same. I won't use this though. I could. Maybe let me show you how to make nested columns. Okay, so you can nest a column, have here then a title. Okay, that can be a H3 then. This one is called audiovisual. Then we have the text of audiovisual. Okay. Okay, here. Voila, and then you can change. We will do this page, and then we will link it just to show you how it works. Okay, so this, I can maybe duplicate it, change this to web design, have the text here, then digital marketing, services, blah, blah, blah. So instead of having like a container with 3 columns, I created a nested column with inside then the layer of the 3 columns. So now we can check how it looks. And as you can see, this is really, really bad. Wait a minute. There's something that I don't understand. Oh, so there is space, huh? You can see it, huh? Ah, I see. This is it. I need to remove this, which comes from Silver Stripe. Okay, so I have to do this on all the free text. That is a bootstrap thing that, yeah, obviously doesn't work with this. So up. So this is basically it. Now the page is already done. So it's a very small page. We're gonna save it. We're gonna go back to the appearance menu, and we're gonna add it to menu and mobile menu. By the way, if you want to see how the version on mobile works, you can make the window smaller, and now you see how it reacts as the mobile version, which is really actually ugly right now. So let me fix this. I think we're gonna go to the dashboard. So it's the same option all the time, but it's just another presentation of it. So you have this for the global options. Then you have the editor, which is inside WordPress, like the usual one, the classic one. And then you have the live editor. For this one, I will choose, I think there's something with mobile. I don't remember what it is. I think it's mobile menu, something like this. And I think it's the modern that I want. Let me check. Yeah, it's the modern that I want. So you have the search, and then you have here the pages. Now I have to change, obviously, the header should be in black. Could be in turquoise, but I will keep the links. Same for the archive. I don't see any reason to change it. The background color. Maybe this. Background over color. Maybe this one. The border colors. Let's see, maybe turquoise. And the toggle color will be non-flashing white. Then we will have white for the links, and the over will be in non-flashing white, but a bit grayer. And let's see how it looks. Wonderful. Nice. This is very beautiful. I like it. Okay, that's good. So this is fixed. Now we have this. And now let's make a page inside the page. Why is it like this now? Don't ask me what happened. I have no idea. So now let's build the audiovisual page, because now it's obviously going to my normal website, but that's not what it's meant to be. So let's build that page. Okay. And we will start by going to the dashboard and create a new page. The parent page will be the services. I will call this audiovisual. Okay, we're coming back now with the flipping construction. So now this, we need the title. Okay, so this now can be the H2. So on the same level, you know what? Let's be a bit lazy. Let's do this. Design like this. Up. No. I will just do the text like this. And then we have a text. This is the text. Hop là. Boom, boom, boom. And what do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. So I can use a nested of 4. When I click on it, I can use the title. See how fast it goes when you have everything set up. That's why it's really good to have the global options properly set, because once it's properly set, then the rest is just copy and pasting stuff. It's just content basically. Like this. Then we have the text itself, which is this one. Also, maybe something that can help you. It's helping me a lot personally. I use a trackball. So I don't have a normal mouse. What I have is a Logitech. It's this type of mouses. And it's very fast. You don't need to move your wrist left and right and all the arm. You just need to rotate the ball here and it goes in every direction. So I love this thing. I know many people are like, I don't like it. But it's actually very efficient. I advise you, if you want to be efficient and work like a professional, it's a bit more expensive, but it's very fast. And I actually hate normal mouses. Typography also. I've learned to type fast also at the school very early. There was a special class for people who wanted to learn how to type with a keyboard quickly. Back in the days, it wasn't a computer. It was like proper machines, like clink, 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 clink. That was that old school, but that actually helped me a lot in my coding journey. Huh? You need to know how to have those skills again, even in 2025, knowing how to write properly. English is easier than French for this, or even Spanish. Spanish it's so hard. I never know if I'm writing the right thing. But yeah, you need to still be able to get those things, those basics covered. And maybe I can even do this now here. I can do 1/3. Yep, perfect. I don't even need to change that. So corporate videography. Hopla. Corporate videography. And yes, we do all those services, huh? We do all those services. Not on a daily basis, but we've covered all of these services at some point. Event, videography. Yeah, and this doesn't change. Right, this is clean. However, it's missing the video. So technically, I made a mistake here. I need another container here. This can stay here. This one can be 2/3, I think. Then this one can be 1/3. I remove all of this and I will add a code block with the script of the video. And now we should have, okay. We will do half of it. Maybe not half. 3/5 and 2/5, right? Because 2 plus 3 equal 5. As long as I maybe I will do just half and half. Yeah, let's see how it looks. I just don't want to have like weird. Anyway, now we need to link that page to the main page. So how we do this? We go back to our other page, which is services. We take this one And in audiovisual, we gonna remove the link and add a new one. And oops, that was really not what I was. And I would just type audiovisual. The page will pop up. There are some options here, like you can open in a new tab or whatever, but it doesn't really matter. We just want to click and go to the page. So now we save, we update. And here we are with, ta-da, a link to the page. Wonderful. So now what we can have is this thing that I've created in SilverShop because I liked it, basically. I don't need to redo all of this because it's gonna be a long thing. But I can try to show you at least the separator here. And the separator, this is not the right page. The right page is this one. Now you have this. You can search for the separator, which is this one. Now for the design, the separator color should be turquoise. I don't remember which one it is. Is it shadow wavy? See, this one is wavy, but there was one that looked exactly like the one that I just used. I hope they didn't change it. So it might be a single border solid. See, there's this, but there was an option before. Did they remove it? I really hope not. Maybe I'm the one tripping. Otherwise, I would just use a single bordered solid. Anyway, but I will focus right now on the contact page. The contact page, which is this one. Yeah, you can just send your leads to Calendly, so they can take how we call that? They can take an appointment with you, and then they can have a Zoom call or WhatsApp call. That's one ways of dealing with leads. We chat with us. I send people to the chat of Tidio. Tidio is free. They have a free tier, and basically it's the classic. And if you're not there, then you just can place your email, and people can receive an answer from you later when you are connected. And this, you can find it on tidio.com. You register, and they give you a script that you can place into your page. Instead of this, because these are integrations just with the blog code. What I can show you here is how to create a form. Okay, so we will need a new page that we're gonna call contact, like this. And you can use, I think they have form. It was, okay, I think it's Avada form. So here in the form, they don't have any for the time being, but let's see, the forms are here. We can create a contact form. We create a new form. And I think they had in the library, if you go to contact, they have different contact forms that you can use. I will take something very simple like the 154, whatever it is. Oops, I did a bêtise. Oh la 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 la. Contact form. So this is it. I can update it. I need to publish this one because it's in draft still. Then we can go to the appearance menu. Yeah, leave site, please. And I can add the contact at the end of the menu. And here we are with a contact form, which is kind of weird. I'm still gonna change something because that doesn't that doesn't pass the test. The background should be, or maybe the entire background of this, something that is easier to read at least. Hopla, something like that. This is a bit much, to be honest. And what we would need here is maybe some margin, some padding, I would say. Maybe 2 am on both sides. Let's see. Yeah, something like this. And then on the top. So here I'm on the container. I'm not on the on whatever is inside. And maybe here 1 am, 1 em. Reload the page. Boom, much better. And I'd like to have the border reduce. Okay, so 1 em, 1 em, 1 em, 1 em. But this is it. Now you have a little, more than a little. I could do half of it, but you have now a form, and that is more or less it. Okay, so this is how you use Avada. And I wanted to at least have this covered. And to add then Printful, or just an e-commerce without Printful, you can go to the plugins and add-ons. You can install WooCommerce. You can skip maybe the store because this is bad, bro. This is really bad, bro. This is really bad, bro. Boom, boom, boom. Barcelona. You can go to the store, turning on the lights, opening the doors. Okay. And this is pretty much something that you have to follow. All the you go one by one. You can choose a theme, you can choose different things. I would use my own theme, to be honest. The thing is, you don't need that as you have already Avada. But let me show you how to at least place some products. And we will create a page that we're gonna call, how can we call this? So the shop is already here. This is one version of the shop that you can use. So you can use this one, which is the shop by default, or you can create a shop page, a bit more customized, I would say, using the Avada elements. You have some different things that you can use, like the shortcodes. For example, showing a product category, or like products by category slug, recent products, featured products, whatever it is. But you can use those elements now to build pages for your WooCommerce. Okay, let's use the basic shop page here. I will just install the Printful plugin because I don't want to spend too much time on creating products that I already have anyways. And you just click on install now. You see that they only have like half of the 5 stars. But I never had any issue personally with this. So now we can go into the connection. Follow this link. Approve. Now I can continue with that store, which is fine because it's mine. And we will have a store created just for us into the Printful dashboard. Obviously, you need a Printful account first. So, but yeah. as I already have one. It doesn't ask me to do one. Now that I have a store, I already shown you how it works in another video. The only thing I will check is maybe the billing, I think. Where is it now? Billing, store settings. Every time they change something, I'm just lost. What I want to change is change the billing settings just to show you how it works. Yeah, it's expired. It doesn't matter. And this is the one that we have. We're gonna put euros instead of US dollars because we are Europeans. And then in the store here, so now you can go to the store, which is already active, and you can add a product, right? So I will take a product that I already have, and I'm gonna add a t-shirt or a hat or whatever it is. I'm gonna add a unisex classic t-shirt, all the sizes, proceed to mockup, up. I will take this type of mockups, not really the best, but whatever it is. Here we have everything. We have now the GPSR compliance. See, there's now there are over compliance things. Like it's all.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I'm Kanye and I sell t-shirts for $100. Okay, that's it. I'm Kanye now. And it's a white t-shirt. That's what I said. $100 for a white t-shirt. I know what I'm doing. It's called branding. Now the product is pushed to the store. And when you come back to the dashboard here, you should have in the products, and you can have categories like t-shirts, sweaters, whatever it is. And when you go to the shop, obviously now, hopla, you have a t-shirt. You can select the options. You can see the details. You can choose your size, which is not even in the right order. The size guide is here. The product measurements are there. This is something you can change. You can change the add to cart. All those things you can change. And for the rest, basically, everything is just like a normal WooCommerce. I just wanted to show you how it looks when using Avada. And you can have different products. It's gonna be like a matrix of 4x4. You can have by 6, I think, or 8. You can have I think up to 8 products per row and column. You can present it more or less how you want it. Now, in terms of speed, I wouldn't say that WooCommerce is the fastest e-commerce available. I use SilverShop for the reason that it comes almost bare bone, and I add all the things that I want to it. And basically, to show you a store that I did with SilverShop, this one is done with SilverShop, for example, and you see it's very fast. So I can show you a collection. This is how fast SilverShop is, but this, yeah, it's only for the clients. I cannot show you how I did it because it's so complex. I've created also modules for like the multi-currency. I have a module to connect to Printful, and we have even the live shipping rates directly connected. And there's a lot that was done to make that website work as it works now. If there is one site I'm proud of in terms of programmation, it might be this one. Programmation, user experience, and optimization. But let's come back to our Avada. Now, if you want to, and there's a video also on this in the channel, if you want to secure your website, there are 2 things that you can do directly. It's called SSL. I don't remember the name. It's really simple SSL that will force the website to use HTTPS connections. You can select OVH, override SSL detection, skip, finish,
Okay, so now the SSL is activated by default. So if someone tries to connect to a version which is not using the HTTPS, it should direct the person directly to the HTTPS version. Now, let's go back to this. If you want to secure your website on deeper level, you can use WordFence. WordFence, which is like a firewall. I have a video on how to set it up. And then for the optimization side of things, there is WordPress fastest cache. I even have the pro version on some websites. It is flipping great. It really fastens your website by creating a version, static version of some pages, and keeps some queries ready to be loaded by your browser without having to always contact the database. That version is free. You can enable it here. You can preload the website. You can use a CDN also. You can load, you can restart after completed. I would advise not to use this option because the Avada template is actually one block. It goes for the wide and also for the mobile version. Is the same theme basically. So you don't have a version for mobile and a version for desktop is the same. Clear the cache when the page is updated. Minify HTML, that's gonna decrease the size of the page, so it's gonna load faster. Minify CSS, it removes all the blank parts in your CSS code, so it makes it like a block instead of having all the space that takes also some time to load. Combining the CSS makes it easier to have one load for the CSS, so you have less connections. Combine the GS, same thing. The gzip is great because it makes the load faster, because it compresses your data to send it from the server. The browser caching is important because when people reload the same page, then they already have the content in the browser. And you can disable the emojis if you don't use them. And you just submit. And this is it. Your website is optimized. Then there are many things you can do. You can have like a reCAPTCHA. You can have like whatever it is, like you can really go crazy with it. But for the part of Avada, this is how it works. And there's a ton of options that I didn't show you. I just wanted to show you like the basics, like at least give you a taste of how it is to work with Avada. Because there are many things that they provide, so you don't have to search for it with another plugin or another theme. Like the forms are integrated directly. You have the sliders from Avada that you can use off canvas for pop-ups and things like this. The studio is a big thing because you have a lot of options you can use. Like you have an NFT template, for example, if you want to sell like JPEGs. There's a lot of things. Halloween template, checkout template. I don't know. I didn't even show you a percent of all the things you can do with Avada, but I wanted to show you how it works. So you're like, oh, this is actually how it's working. And I tried to work with Elementor, but I'm not too much a fan of giving all my private information, to be honest. So this, at least you pay it on a website that you can buy directly on Envato. Elementor asked me way too many private informations. I was really surprised. And you have for fitness, portfolio, blog, contact, cart, whatever it is. For the payment methods of WooCommerce, you have Stripe. Now you have different Stripe plugins, and the one that I would advise you to use is not the official one. I would advise you to use this one, payment plugin for Stripe WooCommerce. That's the one that I would advise you to choose. And I think this is it. You know how it works now, more or less. So at least you know how to start with Avada. Once you are at that point, then you can experiment. But there's way too many options to even make a course on everything. And technically, they have on the Avada website the #1 selling website builder for WordPress. You have a ton of documentation. Okay, you have all the things that you want there. The only reason why I did this video is because I think sometimes you just need to understand how to start.
So now that you know how to start, it's up to you now. Affiliate link in the description if you want to help. We also have the coffee.com if you want to give us a tip outside of the affiliate link. When you use the affiliate link, you don't pay more. I just have a commission on what you would have paid anyways. And this is it. See you in the next one. Peace.